The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom, and joining me now is Kurt Budge. He's the CEO of Leading Edge Materials. And Kurt, it's good to see you. How are you?
Very good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to have you along. I know you've had some big news out. We'll talk about that in just a second. But for those not familiar, maybe just give me a bit of background on Leading Edge.
So Leading Edge Materials is Canadian listed and Swedish listed. We're also traded in New York and Frankfurt. We have a portfolio of critical raw materials projects, all located in the EU. In Sweden, we have the Norra Kärr heavy rare earth elements project. We also have a built and permitted graphite mine called Voxna. And then in Romania, we have an exploration joint venture, brownfield exploration in a really interesting area with history of uranium mining, but good evidence of polymetallics, so lead, zinc, copper, silver.
So Kurt, of those projects, is there one that sort of is leading the way for you and the team?
Yeah, since I joined the company in May 24, really my focus first and foremost has been the Norra Kärr heavy rare earth elements project. I think with the changes in the US administration over the last couple of years, we've clearly seen rare earths come to the fore and catch a lot of headlines. And just in the last couple of months, we've seen a few deals in the US in terms of MP materials in the summer last year, but also more recently, USA rare earths being well supported by the US administration. Our project, Norra Kärr, is relatively unique in a European setting because it's so predominant in heavy rare earth elements, and clearly those dysprosium and terbium specifically are the ones that feed into permanent magnet value chains.
Yeah, I know that the news that we talked about at the beginning of the interview that you have out is you've signed an MoU to test a processing part that's quite innovative. So maybe take us through this and talk us through what you've announced.
Yeah, so Norra Kärr has been in development for about 16 years. So we do have a pre-feasibility dated back from 2015, but we were approached by Ascension Earth Resources, who, as you point to, have got this innovative technology for separating the different rare earth elements out of the sort of mineralization that we're dealing with, Eudialyte, which isn't your typical rare earth mineralization, but with the dominance of China and countries looking for their own resources, Eudialyte is a possibility for extracting rare earths. So, like I say, we've got pre-feasibility, but we don't close our eyes to new innovations that are coming about. And this was one that Ascension approached us, suggested we do some work together. And preliminary results are very exciting. We're not ready to publish those yet, but yeah, we're excited about the possibilities for taking the project forward.
And this is really about sort of the technical and commercial feasibility of what you're doing, right? So this is obviously significant. So what sort of timelines do you have? You mentioned you always had some initial test results that will eventually be released, but what's sort of the next stages of this?
Well, the one that I'm really waiting for has got nothing to do with the MoU we signed. It's waiting for the mining lease. In December, beginning of December last year, we got some really good news that the two regional governments who were reviewing our application endorsed it with regards to this stage of permitting. So what we're waiting for is the mining inspectorate in Sweden now to take a decision on the 25-year mining lease. That's the real game changer and de-risking event for the company. And the beauty of having the support of the regional governments in December is that there's no obstacle really to the mining inspectorate in its own right taking that decision. And with that, we've sort of got waiting in the wings also our pre-feasibility study work streams. We've been active on improving our understanding of the ore body itself. So that's all happening currently. And clearly you touched on also we're doing work on the processing flow sheet. So the MoU with Ascension Earth Resources is just another piece of that. So there's a lot of activity taking place with Norra Kärr at the moment.
Yeah, it sort of sounds like 2026 is really a very pivotal year for the company moving forward.
Very much so. I mean, Norra Kärr, like a lot of European projects, they have histories. Norra Kärr's already had a mining lease in the back in 2013. So we are walking the same path a little bit to some degree. But, as we talked on earlier in the conversation, rare earths at the moment catch all the headlines. And they do that because society at large relies very heavily on them for many different applications, be that wind turbines, electric vehicles, or defense. So yeah, we're in a good spot with Norra Kärr. And then just prior to the MoU with regards to Ascension, We also put out an announcement regarding Romania as well. So we've got the exploration joint venture down there, and what we've been doing on our Bihor Sud project is completing a competent persons report to give us the framework for what the road ahead looks like, but also to potentially attract capital directly into our joint venture there.
Well, busy times ahead for sure, Kurt. Thanks so much for giving us a quick update on what's going on. It sounds like it's an exciting 2026, and we look forward to following your story, okay?
Thanks very much, Steve.
Yeah, good to see you again. Kurt Budge, the CEO of Leading Edge Materials.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.